Hey everyone, it's Imani and River from the Haven Village in East Tennessee. We have finally made the big move. We found the perfect land, and we just wanted to give you an update from the land.
Yay, so excited to be here. Now, it's been a little bit since we've been able to take some time to update you, but we really feel it's relevant to start sharing because so much is happening so fast here. Um, and feeling blessed, as you can see in the background, some special thing that we brought.
Tiny Hemp Home came from Texas all the way to Tennessee, and this is the future home of the Haven Earth Trade School. So some of you have been following us for our passion for healthy hemp homes, and some of you have met with us along the way. We've been talking about kind of a sovereign path of how we return to the land. So this is the beginning of our documenting this process and sharing it with all of you. Most of you know we're a private membership association, so Haven Earth PMA is a membership association. We put the land here in East Tennessee for the Haven Village in a trust, an irrevocable land trust. And this is something that is open for our members to come and check out. And if you're not one of our members, you can become one quite easily. It's going to be $22 a month for you to be here on the land, but that's really important as far as how we've set up the land.
And just to clarify, that $22 a month is not about a rental to come and be here on the land. It opens a door for the opportunities that we're going to be presenting over the next several years, really, as we build out this model. And some of you might know, some of you might not. It depends if you're the first time to come and kind of connect with our mission and vision, but it's really the vision we came together to do and has gone under the banner of Haven Earth, which is something that I kind of brain seeded, came in when I was doing work out in Turkey and Africa and natural building. And really, Haven Earth is about creating a bridge for people to get back to nature, to get back to agriculture, and to get back to healthy practices, healthy homes, healthy
So
food.
we wanted to give you a sneak peek. We're back on StreamYard. We've been a little MIA, so hopefully this will work. But we're going to try showing a video, and hopefully you can hear us at the same time. But this is an aerial view of the land. We're actually sitting right kind of near that intersection. That's sort of the road that comes up to what we're calling Zone 1, which is where we're focused now on building some temporary infrastructures. We do have our build team, the beginning parts of our build team on the land. And then, of course, River and I are here. Many of you have been reaching out wanting to visit. And I did mention that as far as like membership, if you're not on our mailing list, you can get on our mailing list at havenearthtradeschool.net to stay up to date. We will be taking reservations once we have our temporary structures on the land. And that's going to be in the spring of 2024. Maybe you can share a little bit of what we do. We have so much to catch up. We're going to keep this a little short because our intention is to give updates every week. This is our commitment.
Yeah, exactly. And this is the first, so we're kind of catching up a little bit, like Imani said. But really, we're focusing on Zone 1 right now, and anybody who knows permaculture has known that this Zone 1, the primary zone, is where we first initiate and we activate on the land. So we're putting in infrastructure. We're making sure we have power, water, food, shelter. So these components are going to make up what this next 6 months is all about, really. So we've really looked at a strategy of how we can get onto land as fast as possible. And we were specific about looking for land that had existing infrastructure on it. And we talked about this quite a lot.
I'll share what some of our infrastructure is. We have our 2-bedroom kind of cottage, which will be our post office cafe. We have a pole barn that's quite large. How many square feet is that?
10,000 square feet on 2 levels.
We redid our hoop house and made that into a 100-foot hoop house. So if you're not following us on Instagram and Telegram, is a really great way to get the day-to-day updates and some of the video footage. And I put those links here and for everyone. But we also have a commercial kitchen, a walk-in cooler, and then obviously there were cows
walk-in coolers
and
like
chickens.
8 by 12, I think. So it's a large space there.
and what we would call like kind of a workshop space, which will be temporary until we get to the others. It's more like a mechanic space. But there was a lot of infrastructure here. There was a lot of food that was growing here before. So we have fencing.
There's 4 existing wells systems that have all been drilled within the last decade. So they're all really great. We have a natural spring that comes up on the property, and it's not really potable water, but in emergency situation, we could turn that into potable water. But we have constant live creeks on the property, and so there's a lushness. We have several ponds. I think overall we have about 1.5 acres of ponds on the property, and we will be expanding that soon. So in Tennessee is very different than Texas. We get about 55 inches of rain a year here. So we can harness a lot of that water. As you can imagine, off that 10,000 square foot barn, we can take a lot of water. We get millions of gallons of water off that barn every year. So we're really looking at how we harness all of the flows on the land. And there is solar here existing, which Marnie forgot to mention, because that is, a primary thing, but it is grid tied. So we're looking at, how can we convert that? We're looking into earth tubes, how we can do passive ventilation systems, and the way we're looking.
We still are accepting applications for the build team. We do have one call out for a lead builder right now to come on in the spring when we start building out our healthy hemp homes. And sorry to interject, but then also we are now officially announcing that we are accepting residential membership applications. We have secured the first group of our members, and we're opening up to the next group that we will be finalizing in June. So we're starting to accept those, and you can go to havenearth3school.net, click on the About Tennessee right there on the homepage, and that'll take you to like an application that you can fill out. That's sort of the first part of that process.
So that's havenearthtradeschool.net. And you can also see our online courses there. So we'll be doing more online recording of the build out of several hemp homes.
Yes, so we have our hemp builder courses up there. We have our Mittlighter gardening course, and our newest course is a lime plaster course with our friends at Texas Cobb, which is very complimentary for hemp building with hemp. So and with that, maybe just the master plan, your services, people have been asking. I mean, River's quite busy here as a architect, designer, project manager, builder, but so we're not really doing
purchaser,
a lot with other
mover,
services.
Digger of holes, whatever
but if
you
go
want,
on that
whatever's
website
needed
page,
is getting done.
You'll see the first master plan, and you'll be working on that when winter gets here.
Yeah, so we're really coming at this about creating a strategy that can be replicable. So this is not just we come to land and figure it out as we go. Of course, there's always an element of that, and that's a skill set that we've really, I feel like we kind of point in our lives where we kind of flow with that, understanding that that's part of the nature of just doing business. Whether you're in the 9-to-5 world of big construction projects or small homesteading projects, there's always that element that you have to be aware of. But we are creating a strategy around how we're coming to the land. So with the master plan, we brought in Vastu consultants because we feel strongly that there's an energetic flow on land to do with the slopes and to do orientation, and that can benefit us when we place our structures. So we've engaged with that part of it. We got input on how we were looking at the master plan and laying out the residential components of the project. We were looking at the carrying capacity of the land. If you were a regular developer, you're just thinking how many, how can I chop this up into as many parcels as possible that fit in with the zoning regulations so I can capitalize on the back end and make a lot of money from it. We're looking at it differently, of course. And we're looking at it as like, okay, what really is the beauty about this land already? What makes this land so special? And how do we preserve that? And what is the carrying capacity? When are we going to max out? When are we going to start affecting that natural element that is already here on the land? And we've come to the conclusion that we definitely don't want to go over 20% of any kind of development on the land. So we're leaving 80% of the land that's not going to be someone's plot. That's going to be accessible for everybody. and really in its natural state as possible, and even improving that way.
And not just residential spaces, but it's our farm, it's
Mhm.
our trade
Any
school buildings,
community
all of our
spaces and-
community spaces and all of that. The VAST has been really important part. Like I said, it's essentially harvesting the cosmic forces and really setting the frequency of this vibration for the land and our intention. We had our members here in September for the equinox, where we actually did an activation ceremony on the land, and we will be building our hemple. Some of you guys have heard us use that term, but it's a hemp temple, but it's in the sense of marking this point, which the grid that River's laying out in the master plan, it's really like a reference point, but it's allowing us to work
it's an anchor,
harmoniously with the land. And
it's
so
an anchor. And in India, they say don't live in a city without a temple. And I always say it's not because of worship or prayer or some spirituality, but it's around actually the real tangible vibration and frequency that we are connected with through the cosmos. And everybody knows there's a resonance, a screaming resonance of the earth. And just like a tuning fork, when we come into the field of a tuning fork, which in this case is a Vastu temple, which is vibrating at a very certain frequency because of the geometries, the proportions and dimensions and the materials, then anything that has an energetic signature is going to start picking up that resonance like a tuning fork and start resonating with it. So we're literally anchoring in this vision in a way that is going to help people to understand it and help people to feel it, because this is a felt experience. You know, and I think we can do a lot in terms of programs and schedules and what we need and what we require to execute certain things. But there's another element to all of this, which is about the frequency and the vibration of the people that are the resonance. Yeah. And we have a council actually called the Resonance Council.
That's right.
Which is really about,
well, it's really about magnetizing those that are aligned with the frequency, with the intention and the vision that we're carrying out, that River and I feel like we came together to do. So that's the invitation for all of you to kind of explore with us, or kind of join us on this journey, but explore more, even consider coming out to the land in the spring, when we will have a website taking reservations, and then we'll obviously have natural building workshops. And we're doing a lot around the regenerative agriculture and homesteading. So we've gotten a lot of animals, which we need to go feed. But we did that not in a way, I mean, it was very strategic as well. So there's certain things that we're putting in place for food security measures. It was really set up for animals. There's been a lot of animals on it. We have cows that are leasing the land. We had some cows we got with the land. We got some chickens. We got more chickens. We have 2 kittens that will be barn cats, 2 puppies that are guard dogs. Like, all of ours are working animals. 2 bunnies, they're just for fertilizer. I love bunnies. And then we have 3 goats. The 2 girls are pregnant, so we'll start goat milking once they're weaning in the spring. So everything is sort of having its place. We did get some ducks to eat the goat poop, so we got some ducklings, but there's a synergistic nature to how we're working with the animals, and it's also allowing our residents and building the people in the land to start getting in a rhythm of how we do this shared kind of caring for not just the animals, but really putting this infrastructure in for the food security measures. We also got our beds laid out for Mittlighter, so we'll be having our show, demo bed, and then we'll be growing in the hoop house this winter. You can hear some of the cats behind us. Super cute. Come here. So cute. 2 little sisters. This is Lola, and there's the dogs barking in the background, being guard dogs. But one more thing I wanted to sort of end with, River, was like the big move of the tiny home. Yes, we need to go feed the animals. The tiny home, moving it from Texas was no small feat, and it's actually perfect that we moved here, and it's in the perfect spot. Like, literally, you come up the drive, we're going to have the berries and the flowers, and the tiny hemp home is serving as our welcome center, and also for people to come and experience staying in a tiny hemp home. And I think
a hemp structure,
a hemp structure, a healthy hemp home.
Everybody who comes in, who's come and being in the space is like, oh wow, it's so much cooler in here than outside. Or when it's cool outside, they're like, oh, it's so warm in here. And
So
it's basically not even had the windows closed. So it's
we're gonna
people are
be
already having an awareness around it
and asking when it's available. So
Yeah.
probably in the new year is what we're expecting. And so we'll let you know as far as that too. But maybe you can talk about This
Yeah.
is the view from above. They
Yeah.
just got the deck on. So it's in its new home.
The deck on this last week. And
What do you think? 2 more weeks and we're going to be finished?
I hope so. Yeah, that's the plan.
We're gonna do some beautiful landscaping.
We're in process with many other projects right now as well. So we'll be sharing a lot more on that. And that pink part there is just some waterproofing that's gonna have a metal roof on it there. But
so cute.
It's feeling like it really found its home here, and feeling so blessed that we get to share that with more people. Because there's something about experiencing
it was just a year ago where you were doing the drawing for it and did the
looking for a trailer and all of them things.
Available in part of the course, and we will be uploading all those videos to finish it off, because we're in the detail phase, which is actually very consuming, but we've had a lot that we've been doing in this last year. But really happy to see this project come to a close and have it be livable. And so really excited to reconnect with all of you. We've been a little busy, but we're going to commit to keeping our communication channels open and giving you guys updates here from the land. Super excited that we have a lot of awesome neighbors, like-minded neighbors. Hey Karina, we just had Michael Hoffman, who is a dear friend and definitely homesteader, permaculture person, who's now doing the Modern Homestead show. We're hoping to get them excited about healthy hemp homes. And
they're already excited.
They are excited.
They want to come out.
And then we have Stephen from Nature's Always Right around the corner. We have an awesome farmer who transitioned his family's commercial chicken farm to like all natural farming with Joel Salatin's practices, and Korean natural farming with pigs. And we're getting 2 pigs in a couple of weeks. We're going to be taking over the barn, and we'll have more space for the animals. So that's part of our kind of ongoing permaculture projects that we're doing. We're really excited to be working with John and Rebecca. They're going to be doing an event at Joel Salatin's place, Polyface Farm, in July. So we're planning to be there. And we went out to the Self-Reliance Festival. We're going to be getting out. We're going to be busy probably the next 6 weeks until it gets cold, because we have a lot to do. And then we'll pop up. But we're going to keep you guys updated along the way.
Yeah, and just share. Every week we're doing aerial photography using our little drone, not to spy on anybody, and really documenting this as it grows, because I think it's so exciting. It's great to come and see something when it's complete and experience, but to see how it grew, and the education around that, and the awareness that people can have that comes from seeing how somebody else is doing it. That's what we want this to be. We want people to come here and feel like, wow, okay, yes, okay, we can do this. Okay, we can plan and put a strategy together, and we can do some design and make this possible for ourselves. It's very daunting. This is 216 acres, and it's so amazing and so much potential, but at the same time, it can be really daunting. So putting a good strategy together is really important. And we're excited about sharing this process with everybody.
So stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Thanks.
Haven Village in East Tennessee. Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys. See you next week.